I'm not impressed by the defensive play, but I'm not disappointed by the defensive play. There are a lot of things. I, for one, am not a fan of a 5-man box. Only time I should have a 5-man box is if I'm in an empty set. So, first play of the game. There is 5 linemen, a tight end. That's 6. SC has 4 defensive linemen, a linebacker, a safety down the box. They have enough, right? They got 7 people, and Stanford has 6. Should be copacetic, no problem, right? And we jump into the first play of the game. Because this first drive was kind of interesting to me. I kind of want to break down the first drive. Boom. Now, David Shaw is the Stanford coach. David Shaw, in my opinion, is a very good coach. David Shaw has been a very good coach for a long time. He's coached, Andrew Luck. He's been around, for a long time. He's been around for Stanford glory days. He understands what he has to do, and that's what makes him a great coach. Now, when you do this and you completely freeze, I want to say this right here, this play right here might have changed college football. And don't be surprised if you see this for the rest of the season.
Not at all. This was great. When looking at it, I was like, what are they doing? It was a style of offense that I'd never seen before personally. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. What exactly is going on here?
Now, when you look at it like that, right, let's go back to the top. Not only that, the route combination behind it, right? And he's holding it. It's not like he's holding it, and then the route combination are not anything new.
I didn't see that. That was tricky.
What did you not see?
So I saw the receiver sit down on the hook, but I didn't see him turn to the outside and take off upfield. Because if that corner right there in front of him takes one more step, there's going to be nobody over him.
Yeah, because they don't have a safety up top.
No, he's in the. I don't know what he's doing. He's over there in the no man. Yeah, see, he
just
missed opportunity.
Yeah, but the hold, right? Yeah. So back to my point. The hold. Look, Look at number 4. Look at 18. Look at Shane Lee, 53. Right. So if you look at Shane Lee, 453. I need to learn these kids' names if we're gonna have an SC show. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I know. Me too. We'll keep it going.
But look at them, right? They're held, right? 4 is the safety. He's the safety. He should at least be dropping back into coverage, right? All 3 of them should be dropping back in coverage. But that hold for that long holds them, right? Is a run, is a pass, is a run, is a pass, is a run, is a pass, right? That's all they're thinking. And then, oh shit, it's a pass. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's a bad decision. I mean, he converted the pass, but that was a bad decision, especially you got to be watching the safety. If the safety is going to bite that hard, you got to know that you have that vacated space. In our particular, for this purpose of this discussion, it worked out well for us. Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I will say in the first half, Alex Grinch is better. So we have 5-6. We have 4, 5, 6. There's a hat for a hat. I'm not happy with it. I'm always a fan of one more. But the problem is, if I was calling defense, I will have 4 D linemen, and I will have 2 linebackers, and I will have a strong safety right here where Shane Lee is on the line of scrimmage, which still gives me 2 linebackers, and I still have enough. Right? I'm not a fan of the 3-down look. Never been. But it gives me enough. I have 7 on your 6, which I want. But when we get into it, this drive, and we were talking the whole time during this drive. We're like, now it's quick, but it's a handoff. Boom. I'll take that. Good defense, right? They're like, all right, do what we do. Keep in mind, we broke down Colgate and Stanford. We broke down their week 1 game. And they didn't run anything like this.
No, I didn't see this at all. That's why it was so mind-boggling to me. It was like, ooh, this is new.
Correct. And I assume that Alex Grinch got ready for seeing old school Stanford, and then Stanford come out and they run something new. And you can't knock them. The number team in the nation is coming to play. You need a little wrinkle, right? All right. So
it worked. It was effective early.
It was effective. All right. Now we go empty, right? Now Stanford's going empty. They throw the ball, and we get an interception, just like that. Here's the deal, and this is the news alert to the whole nation. I want you guys to listen. If you tip the ball, SC's going to pick it. If you put the ball on the ground, SC's going to recover the fumble. The ball is bouncing their way right now. Let's knock on wood. Let's keep it going. We get a tip. We get a pick. I don't think we get a score off of it.
No.
But we get good field position. There we go. Right? So, I mean, here's the problem with doing new stuff against people that's better than you. Right? You're running it. You're trying to run a spread set, and you're not a spread team. Even though, like, your kids may get it, you're not a spread team, and that's not who you are. And your quarterback is not good enough to do that. So now you got a receiver that's wide open. Look at the tight end at the bottom of the screen that's in the slot, wide open, and you overthrow him, right? That's just not who you are. That's too big of a route for him. Now you give the ball back to SC, and now the ball's on the 32.
Yeah, 34, 32, something like that, in field goal range.
But there's no field goal range in this situation. Caleb Williams and Addison and Dyer getting the ball.
I'm just saying that when they got the ball, it was in field goal range.
I hear what you're saying, but we think big now. We see these guys.
Yeah, I mean, if it's at the beginning of the game, they scoring all the way to halftime. Actually, it's funny that we say halftime because the half was the only reason why the Trojans didn't score on 7 consecutive drives.
Right. So now we get this.
This one was a big one.
So now Stanford's like, look, we know it works. We're not going to be able to pass the ball in empty because we just don't do that, and we turned the ball over, so that was not a good idea. But hey, when we held the ball for 30 seconds and just froze the defense, that worked. So that's what they decided to do, right? So they get it. Hold. Now, if you look at the top of the screen, you got 2 corners playing man. You got a safety in the middle of the field. And he's in his right read. And in all actuality, he's right. He needs to know if it's run or pass because he's an outside fitter. So anything that goes to the top of the screen, I mean, between the end of the line of scrimmage and those hashes, is that safety at the top of the screen's job. Right? He's perfect. The safety at the bottom of the screen between the number and the hashes, he's perfect. He has to read run or he has to read pass. Right? So they hold him. They're being held. Oh, it's a run. And Emmitt Smith gets out, right? So I will tell you this. Emmitt Smith at times run like his dad, but he can't hold the ball.
Can't hang on to the football.
Right?
I want to see this.
Here we go. And I'm going to pause it.
Get back in that overlook.
Yeah, so they hold, right? They're holding in. Shane Lee and 18 are in a bind because, like, they're like, is this a run? But if you look at Emmitt Smith, he's in front of the quarterback.
Yeah, right behind the center.
Look at 4. 4 is right there. Eyes are right. He's like, all right, is this run or pass? Right? And this is just a great scheme. I'm not going to knock the scheme. And it puts them in a bind, right? But they're able to overcome adversity. He's able to bounce, miss tackle. It's fine. Running the ball, he runs out of bounds. It's cool. This is the drive I wanted to watch right here. I thought it was the first drive.
Yeah, no, they did this. They did it a lot in this, and I mean, and they really held. It was incredible how long they were able to stand back there and do that.
Correct. So now they run power read here. I don't think it's PI. They might have called it. Let's see. It was. That's fine. They get PI.
And the one thing that I'll say in watching this for a couple weeks now is that, like you said, we're used to seeing a dominant defense coming from USC, and they're not a dominant defense, but what they are is very opportunistic, quick, incredibly quick to the ball, and if you're not taking care of the football, they will, and that makes up for their shortcomings.
100%, because a turnover creates another opportunity for the offense.